So go ahead and click on the picture. So go ahead and click on the picture. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do, everybody, is let me go ahead and put up some things here. Is what we're going to do is we're going to go into a action plan, right? We're going to be talking about how did the live stream itself, the live stream that I did yesterday, and how did it help? And this is one of the key things. We want to make sure that we find out if it actually helped. And that's the key, right? How is it helping and what are the means by which it did help? So what I'm going to do is I want to go into it again. I'm going to go ahead and open it up real quick. And then what I want to see is on these points, and I'm going to wait for a couple of people to get in and make some comments and all that kind of stuff. So I've got the ability to see where there's somebody's making some comments. All right. Yeah. All right. And then what we'll do is just say, hey, listen, how did this work? All right. How did the things that we talked about? So let me go ahead and pop this open real quick and I'll share my screen and then we'll go into it. Okay. So here it is. All right. Share this right here. And I'm going to go right into it and then say, ask a couple of questions about it. And I want to see some comments. I want to see some comments on YouTube on what actually occurred. How did it work for you? And if we're able to then determine what needs to be changed on some of the upcoming ones, right? So I'm going to be looking here and making sure that I can see everything over here. So I'm going to put this over here real quick. I want to be able to, there it is, so that I can see everything. Yep. Okay. I'm seeing it live now. So I'm able to check out any of the comments and all that kind of stuff. So what I want to do is, hey, listen, how did this work for you? All right. How did it actually, hold on a second here. Let me double check some stuff, y'all. Make sure that we got this good. Okay. Yeah, we're good there. As we go back into it, right now, one of the first things that we wanted to cover in yesterday's meeting was, first of all, I wanted to meet the room, right? We didn't have a whole bunch of people come on and we wanted to kind of be respectful of people's time. So we decided to just go skip past that. Now, one of the things that is the main conversation, and what I did was like a kind of a warm up. I did like a preamble, right? So making sure that we had some understanding for those that just goes, hey, what is this? I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything about AI and all that kind of stuff, right? So what I did was I took a little time to go into some old school marketing tactics, right? So, but the main topic is using AI in marketing. That's the main topic. Now, in this particular case, using AI in marketing comes with how we view old school marketing first. So I wanted to go over some of that stuff. So here I had a chance to do that. Let's talk about some old school marketing tactics. And then I use a case study. Sometimes people go, hey, listen, I don't want the, pre-game show. I want the live stuff, which is fair. But I know that in understanding how we use AI, we have to look at the differences first. It's like, well, why can't I just do my old school stuff? Well, because sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't, especially if everyone else is moving to this new model. All right, so that was the first thing we did, right? And so I've been doing a poll and I've been getting some information from some people, and they've been telling me how they felt about it, right? And I've got some really good feedback. I got some more coming in. And literally one of the person said, hey, listen, I really just wanted you to get into the material, right? Because they have some familiarity with old school marketing tactics. I want you to get right into the material as per the title. So that's one consideration, right? So, going forward, what I'll do is if this is the title, we jump right in. Now, I may in the preliminary meet the room, ask upfront questions about how many people know, and they'll literally say, hey, put your hand up. How many people know about this subject matter. And if I don't get any hands go up, then maybe, there's another conversation to be had. So, and then I'll drop right into the material. So today I just kind of, wanted to get people familiar because I'm just hearing a lot of folks saying that they had no idea about Bard, Perplexity, ChatGPT, Bing, all these different things. But at the same time, we had people in the room that were, hey, look, I, I you know, I want some of the old school knowledge. And I got some comments that saying, hey, I didn't know about Canva. I didn't know about how you grab the Bitly links and you use that free service as a means to literally um, connect things and shorten things and all that. Okay. Then once I dropped into the material, that's when I got a lot of comments that said, that was fire. It was good. Getting into the stuff. And this after action live is really just to kind of go over very quickly, big view of what we covered without going into the details. And then asking that question out there for if you're seeing this live, or if you want to put some comments in it after the live on, hey, I wanted you to, could you please go deeper into these areas, right? So some people didn't actually see it because we had some technical difficulties with the streaming service. They weren't talking to each other. So I found out what to do and how to get them to talk to each other, so this time it seemed to work okay. And we'll see how that goes on a continual basis. All right, now, next thing. When we went into talking about some of these unheard tactics, now I didn't get a chance to go into those, and I'm really excited about doing that. So I may end up doing this series again. All right. And then we wanted to do some live class case studies. I love doing those, literally taking your information in and saying, okay, what industry are you in, or what niche are you in? And let me show you live with your stuff versus some, case study. You go, I don't do hauling businesses, or, I don't have an ice cream shop, or I don't have this. So the live classes are really good when I'm able to do the live class case studies. Those really are good because I take specific businesses. Now that usually takes the live into a longer time frame. So if you're trying to get out of there in an hour and a half, sometimes, hey. But again, if I'm able to get right into the material because people are familiar, then that's cool, right? I'll be able to go right into it. So here's the thing. When I think about the live case studies, class case studies, what I'll do is maybe I'll start taking some information beforehand, right? So maybe I'll do a pre-registration or something like that. And then by doing a pre-registration, perhaps I can get some of the questions that you might want answered as we are in the live. And then that way I don't have to ask questions, because that can get kind of awkward, couldn't it? You say, hey, anybody raise their hand if you want this, that, and the other, right? And some people go, well, I don't want to be the first to talk. And that becomes a thing. All right. And then I says, okay, this last part here was ask me anything. And this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to literally go in, because this right here, this page that I use, I typically use this instead of PowerPoint. And I wanted to literally go in and show you how we would actually do this, right? And that's what I typically do in the live. So let's say, for example, I'm going to, put a actual video in and show you how you can begin using AI in a real life way. And then what I would have done is go ahead and put a live video in and shown you that. And then what I typically do is I'll either put an image and or some text that kind of explains what's happening. So again, you're getting a basic review of what we covered. And what I want you to also be able to see is what is happening here. So on our next one, you then get a chance to say, hey, listen, can we talk about this? Or number 3 here was really what I wanted to dive into. I want to know more about Bard. I want to know more about Perplexity. I want to know more about ChatGPT, et cetera, et cetera. And then maybe you want to know more about these unheard of tactics because some of them are new. And again, I'm out there all the time just curating information so that I can turn it into actionable things for you. And this particular class is like that time that if based on the questions that I got or the comments that I got, I come in and I go, okay, here's why I did this. So to answer the first question is, well, why did you do kind of a warm up? It's because I wanted to make sure that people that were coming in that had no idea about some of the old school marketing tactics, because they still work. I don't want to get people to get too fancified with the new stuff that they forget about old school stuff that just works like crazy. We intermix in there some of the old school, some of the new school. So I want to go over that first. So that answers that question. And one of the other questions that I got is like, why are you giving this away free? Right. And I love answering that question. It's because I'm an overgiver. I literally said when it comes to business and when it comes to these new things, I don't want to be out helped. In other words, if I can come in there and help people out in a very, very impactful way, then I'm doing my duty as a business person. I'm doing my duty and giving as much as I possibly can. But I understand, like my wife says, hey, you can't take free to the store and get bread. So, you know, there are times and there are opportunities where I'll literally be packaging some of these things and putting a price tag on them. Now, what I like to do when I do that is still, I want you to be able to grab this stuff for less than the cost of going to a movie. Right? If you're going by yourself, if here in Grand Rapids, we got Phoenix theaters, right? We can go over there and get a movie for $10. So I put that one at $9.97 or something like that, right? And if you're taking somebody else, that's going to be $20. And if you get like some popcorn and all that stuff, then you're going to spend more. So I said, hey, listen, can I offer this to you for less than the price of a movie? Now, there in a movie, you're going to give them 2 hours of your time to get some entertainment. I'm hoping that in this hour or time that we spend together, that you're able to say, hey, listen, I got this. I spent $9.95 on it, right? Less than $10. I spent, less than $20 on this. And I was able to literally use it in my entrepreneurship journey. If you're pre-entrepreneur, all right, you like that pre-entrepreneur, or if you're steeped in entrepreneurship or running a small business or whatever, then you're able to hear some of these things and go, hey, that was great value for all that he gave. That is the overgiving part of me, right? But the free, if you come to the lives, I literally like to do these because I want to have you see the information, ask questions. And the questions help me then formulate and understand what I offered or what I delivered was good or not, or what I delivered needs to be teased out a little bit, or if there's some areas that I need to go deeper. So that's the offering, right? And then sometimes when I'm doing these free events, I tell you, people are calling me and says, bro, that was a lot of information. And I cannot believe that you gave it to me free. Well, I got more stuff that is, that if you want to come in and pay for it, that's fine, right? You can go right over here to www.getmyguides.com. And that will take you into a landing page. It gives you a chance to get into some of the other stuff, some free, some not free, right? But I still love to give. It's Get My Guides. You go over to the page and then it offers you some stuff that you can literally stack on top of what you're learning live, and then go out there and make a good business. Go out there and do a good book of business, especially as I'm learning it. I download this stuff into my little old brain and then I teach it out. Right. That is the model that I've been, running with for the last, I can't tell how many years, right? It's learn something, create something, get paid from what you learned and created. And this is what I teach out to you as well. Learn something. So if what you learned today or yesterday in this case, you're then able to create from it, then there's means by which to get paid from it. Right now, of course, there's no promise in that. Can't say that it's going to be for sure. People that do this stuff don't always make money, blah 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 blah, because they don't apply some of these methods, right? But that learn, create, get paid methodology works like magic. And if you act on it quickly, it becomes an opportunity for you to consistently put out material based on what's new. And you notice, like when I bring in the old school stuff, but based on what's new, but also with respect to some of the old school tactics and tips and templates and tricks and stuff like that. We mix them up, and then we go out there and we apply them to our businesses, or we apply them to our loved ones' businesses, whatever it is, right? And if, like I say, if you're a pre-entrepreneur, then you say, okay, now I know I have someone that'll talk me through how to get to this next level. I'll go to his lives and then I'll learn some stuff. He's going to show me all of the tools that I need to then create. And then he's going to show me the methods by which to get paid. And that becomes the framework from which I, do all this work on. All right. So, all right, that's pretty much it. I just want to make sure that we do a little bit of after the show notes, if you will, and be able to show you where you can get more information also, and then be able to show you that if you look into this bulleted list here and you see some things that we could tease out a bit, go ahead and put that in the comments. And then I can show you live, like I say, on some of these other things that I could show you on how we would literally do the, create and get paid part. So that's pretty much it, everybody. I just wanted to come on and do this. And if you like these lives and stuff, let me know in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And what I liked, somebody was saying, hey, I sent this video to some other people because they needed to see this. So I sent it on over to them. That's what I would love you to do, is share this stuff with somebody and says, okay, all right, if I did a pregame kind of a thing, right, you can say, it's okay, right there at the 8-minute mark is really what you want to hone in on. And this is another thing that I haven't told you, but on some of the upcoming videos, I'm going to be leaving these, what do they call them? I'm going to be leaving little notes. So I'll say something at a particular point, and there is an opportunity for you to get prizes and all that kind of stuff. And I'll say, well, what did I say at the 8.28 mark? I'm not going to tell you that because then you'll just go to the 8.28. But I'll be interspersing within the video these different, they call them Easter eggs. That's what I was thinking. These Easter eggs that you can accumulate, and then that takes you to opportunities to win stuff because you've accumulated those, right? And they'll be mixed in throughout the videos. I'm not going to give you all the stuff to give it all away. So just kind of, watch these videos, watch the replays and all that kind of stuff, collect the Easter eggs, and then, in the comments, you'll be sending it to me. It's like, first one to comment kind of a thing, because I can see the order in which these things are commented on. And then I'll ask, okay, well, what was I talking about at this point? Boom, right? And then you'll be able to tell me. All right. All right. We'll see you in some of the upcoming ones. I'm going to be doing these every Saturday. And I'm kind of playing with the times, trying to find out what's best for people, right? So 1 o'clock was yesterday. And then 11 o'clock is kind of like, I don't know, people might still be at the house, but I know it's by 1, people are kind of getting out and stuff. So, I don't want people driving and watching these videos. So I'll keep playing with that. It might just be noon. Who knows, right? And then we'll see. And then coming in the weeks, when I start doing them during the week, what we'll do is test out a couple things to find out what is the best time. Or if you want to share in the comments what works best for you. And if I see a lot of people that say, well, this time right here is the best, then I'll go ahead and do them then. All right. All right. We'll talk to you next time.